Now that TikTok's officially getting banned in the United States, creepy things are beginning to happen. The last story is insane. True story number 1. "You're not gonna believe this," Mia said, holding up a plain brown package on our FaceTime call. I was lying on the couch, scrolling through TikTok, barely listening. "What is it? Another late-night Amazon order?" I asked, without looking up. "No," Mia replied, turning the box over in her hands. "No label, no return address. It just showed up on my porch." That got my attention. I put my phone down and sat up, suddenly alert. "Okay, that's creepy. Don't open it." Mia rolled her eyes. "It's probably just a mix-up. You're such a scaredy cat." I watched as she ripped through the tape, the sound of it loud in my headphones. When she opened the box, her face changed. "What is it?" I asked. She pulled out an old leather-bound journal and held it up to the camera. The cover was worn and scuffed, with strange symbols etched into the corners. Then she reached back into the box and pulled out a small, sealed glass jar. "What the hell is that?" I asked, leaning closer to the screen. The jar was the size of a mason jar, sealed with black wax. Inside, a thick, swirling black mist moved like it was alive, shifting and curling with every tilt. "Okay, now that's seriously creepy," I said, goosebumps prickling my arms. Mia shrugged. "It's probably just some weird art project someone lost." She set the jar on her desk and opened the journal. The pages were brittle, filled with disturbing sketches, faces with hollow eyes, twisted bodies, and cryptic phrases scrawled over and over in hurried, looping handwriting. One phrase stood out. "Don't open the jar." I laughed nervously. "Yeah, that seems like a solid rule to follow." But Mia just smirked. She always thought stuff like this was a joke, but I had a bad feeling about it. Days passed, and I tried to forget about the box. But then, I woke up to a TikTok notification. Someone had tagged me in a video. The account name was @WatchingU34, and the profile had no picture, no followers. The video? It was of me, walking to work the day before. I froze. I hadn't filmed this. The angle was low, almost like the camera was hidden in a bush or on the ground. I clicked on the account to check if it was some kind of weird coincidence, but what I saw made my blood run cold. There were more videos. The next one showed me sitting at a coffee shop, scrolling on my phone. The final video was filmed from the foot of my bed, showing me sleeping. I immediately called Mia. When she picked up, her voice was shaky. "You too?" "What do you mean, me too? What's going on?" I demanded. Mia explained that she'd been getting weird notifications as well. Emails, TikTok tags, even text messages from unknown numbers. "The creepiest part?" she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I think I figured out where the videos are coming from." "What? Where?" She turned the camera to show her laptop screen. A live stream was open, showing her apartment in real time. The perspective was low, angled from her desk. "Mia, is that the jar?" I asked, my throat dry. She nodded. "It's filming everything in here." I felt a chill crawl up my spine. "Mia, there's a camera inside the jar. It's filming you." Mia grabbed the jar, her hands trembling. She tilted it toward the light, and sure enough, inside the swirling mist was a tiny, glinting lens. I could barely get the words out. "We need to call the police, right now." But before she could respond, the live stream on her laptop glitched. The feed changed to show Mia sitting at her desk, holding the jar. "Mia, get out of there!" I screamed, my voice panicked. She dropped the jar and bolted from the room. I stayed on FaceTime, watching the live stream helplessly as the camera inside the jar slowly turned, panning toward the doorway Mia had just run through. Then, in the corner of the frame, something moved. A shadowy figure stepped into view, tall and thin with hollow eyes, just like the ones in the journal. It turned its head toward the camera, as if it knew I was watching. The screen went black. I tried calling Mia back, but she didn't answer. Terrified, I started searching my apartment. I hadn't thought much about it before, but I'd been feeling watched, like there were eyes on me even when I was alone. That's when I noticed a faint red light blinking from my smoke detector. I climbed up, unscrewed the cover, and found a tiny camera hidden inside. My heart pounded in my chest. I yanked the camera out and called the police, but they didn't take me seriously. They said it was probably left by a previous tenant or some sort of prank. That night, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. Every creak in the walls, every flicker of the lights made me jump. My apartment had never felt so foreign. At 3 a.m., my phone buzzed. Another TikTok notification. The account at Watching You 35 had tagged me in a video. I opened the notification, dreading what I'd see. The clip showed my bedroom, filmed from above like someone was standing on a step stool. I was lying in bed, staring at the camera. And then the door behind me creaked open. The shadowy figure from the live stream stepped inside, its hollow eyes locked on the camera. The screen went black. A new message appeared. You opened the jar. Now we're always watching. I deleted TikTok that night, but the damage had already been done. I've never felt safe in my apartment again. The feeling of being watched is constant now, and I'm too scared to even turn on the lights at night. I still get random TikTok notifications, and sometimes I think I hear that same creepy, distorted music box playing somewhere in the distance. Mia's gone now, too. I've tried to contact her, but her phone's disconnected, her TikTok account is gone, and no one has heard from her since that night. I don't know where she went, or if she's still out there. But one thing's for sure. We opened the jar, and now we're trapped in whatever game they're playing. And they're still watching. 3. The TikTok that watched me back. I never thought much about the impact of social media until that night. TikTok had become an obsession for me over the last few months. Scrolling through endless videos, laughing at memes, and discovering cool trends. It was a way to kill time. I wasn't expecting anything out of the ordinary when I posted a random video that night. It wasn't anything special, just me sitting in my room, reacting to a funny video, laughing and trying to jump on a trend. The usual. It wasn't until the next morning that things started to get weird. I woke up to a notification. One of my videos had gone semi-viral overnight. I had hundreds of new followers and my notifications were flooded with likes and comments. Excited, I opened my TikTok app to see the video. But when I looked at the screen, I froze. The video was no longer just of me reacting to the funny clip. It had changed. It was still me, but the angle was different, closer, like someone had zoomed in on my face. I could see the reflection of my own face in the phone screen as I laughed. But that wasn't what was disturbing. The unsettling part was the figure standing behind me. It was a shadow, barely noticeable, but there. The figure was tall, unnaturally thin, and it stood just behind me in the background. Its face was blurred out, but its body was rigid, almost unnaturally so. I didn't hear it enter the room. I didn't even see it in the moment, yet it was clearly visible in the video. My stomach churned, and I immediately deleted the video. But it was too late. The notifications flooded in faster than I could keep up. There were more comments now, and some of them were downright disturbing. Who's the person behind you? Did you see that? Someone's in your room. Bro, is that a ghost? The person behind you isn't human. I quickly turned off my phone, feeling a creeping unease settle over me. I wasn't sure if I had imagined it, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone had been in my room, watching me. The feeling lingered all day, growing more intense with each passing minute. That night, I couldn't get any sleep. My mind kept replaying the video, and no matter how hard I tried to forget it, I couldn't. Eventually, I opened TikTok again, hoping to distract myself, but when I logged in, I was greeted by something else. A new video had appeared on my feed, even though I hadn't posted anything. It was a video of me taken from the exact same angle as the previous one. I was sitting on my couch, scrolling through my phone, completely unaware of what was happening. The weird part? This video wasn't one I had uploaded. It wasn't a repost either. It was brand new, posted under my account, with no timestamp. The comments on the video were flooded with things like, "Dude, someone's filming you. Why does it look like you're being watched? Who's that behind you?" I felt a wave of panic wash over me. The figure was there again. But this time, it wasn't just standing behind me. It was closer. Much closer. It was like it had been moving toward me, inch by inch, from one video to the next. I rushed to delete the video, but it wouldn't let me. It just stayed there, frozen in place. I quickly logged out of my TikTok account, my fingers shaking, and tried to put the phone down. But the strange feeling didn't go away. The next day, I couldn't focus on anything. I kept checking my phone, but the strange videos were still there, staring at me, impossible to delete. Every time I opened TikTok, more videos appeared. Each one showed me at different times throughout my day, at the store, sitting in my car, at the coffee shop, all filmed from behind, just like the first one. And every single time, the figure was there, slowly getting closer. It didn't stop there. The notifications on my phone started to change. I was getting tagged in videos I hadn't seen before, and in some of them, I could hear someone breathing. I tried blocking the accounts, but the videos just kept coming. It felt like I couldn't escape. The strange, shadowy figure wasn't just watching me. It was following me. One night, when I couldn't take it anymore, I decided to confront it. I opened my phone, fully expecting to see the same old video. But this time, it was different. The figure was standing right next to me. The room around me was dark, and the figure was right beside me, its presence suffocating. I couldn't see its face, just the shape of it standing there, like it was waiting for something. Waiting for me. I dropped my phone in terror and jumped back, but the figure didn't move. It stayed in the corner of my room. I turned on all the lights and checked the room, but there was nothing. No shadow, no figure. Just my own reflection in the mirror. I thought I was losing my mind.